Welcome back to CNN News 18. The Thailand Immigration Authority spoke exclusively to CNN News 18 in an exclusive telephonic conversation. They have, of course, confirmed to CNN News 18 about the detention of the Luthra brothers. They've also said that they've shared all the information about the detention and their deportation process with the Indian embassy. So this is the latest that we're learning right now. The Thailand Immigration Authority spoke exclusively to CNN News 18, the only channel right now bringing you all the updates from the Phuket airport and what is really going on there. For more on this, we have Aman Sharma with us. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, we have to talk about the coordinated effort to bring these two brothers back to India between the Thai authorities and the Indian authorities. And it's their quick action and thinking that has led to this quick deportation process.
Well, yes, our colleague Ankur Agrawal has spoken exclusively to the Thailand immigration authorities, and that is what they are telling us, that they have shared all the information with the Indian embassy. The Thailand immigration is confirming it to CNN News 18 that yes, the Luthra brothers have been detained and all information has been shared by Thailand with the Indian embassy in Thailand. The Indian embassy is very well aware of what exactly has happened, and this now in a way confirms that the Luthra brothers could soon be in India. What we are learning is that they were detained earlier today morning after a raid was carried out at the place that they were staying. This stems out of two developments which happened yesterday. Number one, a local court in Rohini granting no relief to the Luthra brothers. They had moved there for anticipatory bail, but no relief was granted to them. Number two, their passports have been suspended by the Ministry of External Affairs. So effectively, they cannot remain in Thailand any longer. So the Thailand authorities have taken them to a detention center. What we are learning that they could be soon taken to the Phuket airport and put on a flight back to India. Now the Thailand immigration authorities, for the first time to any Indian channel, is now confirming that they have shared all this information with the Indian embassy. Yes, the Luthra brothers have been detained in Thailand and they will be deported. This will not follow the long process of extradition, which usually happens in these cases. Multiple courts, appeals are filed, takes years. We have seen that in many other cases.
Right.
But I think in this particular case, a very good coordination between the Indian agencies, the Interpol, the Thai authorities, ever since December 7th, when on that 5:30 a.m. flight, within a couple of hours of that fire engulfing their property, the Luthra brothers made good their escape. Since then, the blue corner notice of Interpol came almost immediately on the 8th, and then we have seen these fast-track developments where the Indian authorities have been able to convince the Thailand authorities through the good diplomatic relations we have with Thailand, good relations also, I think, of the central agencies and the Thailand police agencies, all of them coming together in the nabbing of the Luthra brothers, and they could be deported back to India as early as today or maximum tomorrow early morning.
Right, Aman, do stay with me, please. Of course, let's just talk about the Luthra brothers and their sleazy response to this entire tragedy. Also, the Luthra brothers, as you know, as of now where things stand, have been detained in Thailand and the process to bring them back to India is underway. But just in case, viewers, it wasn't enough that they fled hours after that tragedy at their establishment and then put out that lousy statement on their Instagram handles. They're also now claiming that they are in fact the victims of this entire tragedy. The Luthra brothers are crying foul, calling it a witch hunt. Now, they have sought liberty to return to the country and approach Goa court. Now, one may ask, if you're not guilty, what sort of a relief are you asking for here 4 days after that incident, for which you booked the flights within an hour of your establishment going up in flames? They've also cited some medical issues here for the anticipatory bail. Also, they cited these issues. They said that one of us has epilepsy. We have medical prescription from 2020. So that's one of the major things that they're citing here. We ran the place on lease. So they're saying that they have nothing to do with this. They were only leasing this place and they're the real victims. Someone else is the club's owner. They say that they are not the principal owners of this club. Though, of course, as we were talking about this earlier, also the onus to provide evidentiary support for these claims lies entirely on the Luthra brothers, for which they had to be here. But that's not the route that they took. They have also said that they won't tamper with evidence. And wait for this one. We're also the victims here. So there you have it. Just in case their attempts to flee the country and try and absolve themselves from this crime were not enough, they are now saying that they are the victims here. Audacious, to say the least. Aman, let me come back to you on that. Now, a couple of things that are rather suspect here. When we were speaking to Ankur earlier about this, also, he'd visited the headquarters, no one there. They had also visited their residence, the Luthra brothers' residence. We were given to understand that their cars had been dispersed, so their assets, part of them at least, were dispersed. There was no one there to attend to their house. Also, all of this they planned within the span of an hour, and now they are saying that they are the victims here and that they have these medical conditions, citing them as reasons for some sort of relief that they are seeking from the Rohini court also. But really, it is the intention of the Luthra brothers that's going to be brought into question here, because did they only realize this 4 days after the incident, and once they'd actually fled to Phuket, that they needed these sort of interventions?
Well, absolutely, Heman. If you look at the the chronology of the events, 11:45 p.m. on December 6th night, this fire is reported. At 1:17 a.m. within about an hour and a half of this fire starting in their Goa outlet, the Luthra brothers booked their tickets to Phuket, and 5:30 a.m. they're already on the flight to Phuket. So they may have left for the airport around 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. they must have been at the airport. So they immediately, I think, realized the gravity of this particular incident. And, out of the 25 people who have died in this fire, 20 are their own employees. So, they didn't even stay back to offer condolences to the families of their own employees. Their own employees have staff has died in this fire, but they make good their escape to Phuket within hours of the same. And now, they have made no effort to face the authorities also. And after 3 days, I think it was a very desperate plea yesterday by them to get a lawyer to appear in the Rohini court and seek anticipatory bail. Clearly, the court refused to provide them any relief. I think all these health issues, or be it, all these are afterthoughts, excuses being brought to maybe delay their deportation. They are saying that if you don't arrest us, okay, we'll come back to the country. But, clearly they had no intentions to come back. And I think after yesterday, when the court did not provide any immediate relief to the Luthras, it is then that I think Indian authorities have also pressed upon the Thai authorities that these people are getting no relief from the judiciary also. Please nab them and deport them back to India. And that is what exactly now seems to be happening, that the Luthra brothers will be put on a plane and brought back to India by today evening or tomorrow early morning. This also shows, as I was earlier explaining, the close coordination. India and Thailand have had very good diplomatic relations over the years. The Interpol also, the blue corner notice was out. So I think Thailand also realized that keeping these brothers on their soil would only be detrimental also to their own interest. They should face the law. There's an FIR. There's no relief from the court, and that is why the passport also, being suspended yesterday by the MEA. I think all options for the Luthra brothers were over, and that is why we see in these exclusive pictures that the Thai authorities with them with their cancelled passports, and that is what is prompting their quick return to India. Also, we are learning through our reporters that these brothers could be on the flight back to Delhi. They could be produced in a court in Delhi and then taken on a transit remand to Goa, because the case is in Goa and the Goa police will be prosecuting them.
Absolutely. So, big development there. We're given to understand that they are on their way back to New Delhi, after which they will be in a transit remand and then be taken to Goa, because this is under the jurisdiction of the Goa police.